Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's happening? What's up? What's up? It's me, Eddie G, representing live and in full effect as usually, straight out of HQ, holding it down. And y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for another episode of that Eddie G's Comic Culture, baby. That's right. It's time for another episode, and you know I had to bring it. You know I had to bring it. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? The show is still sponsored by my great folks over at Black Apparel. Make sure y'all check them out. You know the name. Black Apparel is the game, baby. BLK. Make sure y'all check out the website at www.blackapparelblk.com. Once again, that's www.blackapparelblk.com. And also, special shout out to Ryan and the whole staff at Nerdy Blurb TV. I just did a segment for those cats, so make sure y'all check it out. It's gonna be airing up at on April 21st. I'm gonna be letting y'all know exactly what's going on with that. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Special shout out to my brother Kevin out in Jersey, as well as Channel 3 Productions, Pablo, everybody. Pronto Comics, Dennis Knight, my boy Winsy Wins Collectibles. Make sure you check out his channel as well. If y'all got Instagram, make sure you check out Blu-ray Dan, who's got also wonderful content as well, wonderful unboxings, and you can check out his weight loss journey. It was incredible, bro. The man did he did his thing. So with that being said, after I'm done spreading my love towards all of my friends, let me get this show. Let me get this show on the road. So with that being said, blah 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 blah. I hate to disappoint y'all. I know yesterday was the premiere for Game of Thrones. I don't have a review. I have not watched Game of Thrones in God knows how long, my man. I've been trying to get into it. Last time I got into it, I haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been able to get around to getting into it, so I've been, like, so lost in the sauce. I know everybody's, like, blowing up right about now about all kinds of crazy shit, whatever the case may be. But it's if y'all enjoying it, y'all enjoyed it. I got a lot of catching up to do. I'm so behind. I'm still on the first season. That's how bad I am behind. I'm behind right now. But with that being said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. A lot of things to discuss. Oh, that wonderful. Let's start off with that Star Wars trailer. All right, that Star Wars trailer would kind of hit me hit me by surprise because I really wasn't expecting that kind of stuff. I heard a lot. I've been hearing rumblings about the Star Wars celebration in Chicago and so on and so forth, but I didn't really dwell on it. I didn't really think too much about it because I didn't really think that we were really gonna see too much out of it, but because it wasn't May 4th. You know, usually on the 4th you get some all kinds of stuff like that on May when because it's the National Star Wars holiday or whatever. But apparently, they did the Star Wars celebration, and quite a few things were unveiled. And of course, one of that was the teaser trailer for the next Star Wars movie, which is directed by J.J. Abrams, of course, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna front. The title is a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. People have been complaining about the title, but the title in itself, they like, oh, the title's ass. But let me tell you something. The Rise of Skywalker to me fits completely well with the rest of the entire subtitles of these things. What can you possibly expect? The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. How far away, how far off how far off were they with that title? They really weren't. So with the people that were bitching about it, no big shit to me. But at the end of the day, I thought it looked really great. Leave it up to J.J. Abrams to do some stupid shit like that to make it an emotional trailer for everyone to go ahead and tearjerk. Because he does that all the time. He did it with the first Star Trek film when he dropped that teaser. That was a brilliant teaser, by the way, for the first Star Trek movie that he did. That teaser really, almost had my man tears out. Fuck that. And what else? And the teaser's also for Star Wars for Episode 7, which was that shit also threw me off as well. But Mr. Abrams has a way of bringing people in with the stuff with the emotional content that he has, and it's a hell of an emotional trailer. I mean, you get to see Lando Calrissian, motherfucking Billy D. Williams, ladies and gentlemen, is back. Of all people, and this is the thing. See, this was the kind of thing that kind of pissed everybody off. That kind of pissed the fans off. Is that all of these wonderful characters from the earlier films from the previous generation came back, but none of them shared the screen time together, which was terrible. It was actually one of the worst things that you could possibly do. Which was real. It was kind of one of the biggest dick teases I've ever seen in my life, because it was one that you wanted to see. You wanted to see Han, Leia, Luke, and fucking and Lando, along with Chewie and C3PO and R2 all together. They were still, you know what I'm saying, but that's impossible now because Carrie's gone, unfortunately, and that shot, by the way, of her in the trailer really was what really had me in the gut. But we got robbed of that. Like, we got robbed of all of that. And even if they weren't gonna bring back, you know what I'm saying, like we could have had we would have been. I think we as fans would have been, would have been chill with the whole thing. How they would have done something, even if it was brief, it still would have been a good. It would have been a good look on a good part, on their part. But apparently they didn't do it. So whatever. At this point, like it's to each his own. But apparently they say that after this movie, we're going to be getting a break from the Star Wars films for quite some time. Hopefully with that break, they decide to replace Rian Johnson, because I don't want that motherfucker back near that. I'm sorry, y'all, but I really wasn't too keen on a lot of the stuff being done in The Last Jedi. I wasn't too keen on what happened, especially with Luke Skywalker. The way that was handled really pissed the shit out of me, guys. So hopefully that's enough. They take a long enough time, to, bump him off a bit, but but for that being, with that being said, it looks great. I can't wait. It's they're keeping in the tradition of releasing it during the holidays, so it will be released during Christmas, the holiday season. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But like I said, what really got me was finally, we got to see that scene of Carrie Fisher there, and what's crazy is that they're finding this is going to close. I mean, I intend for this to be the end of the Skywalker saga for real. I don't think we're going to be going back to that, even in the future installments. And if they do, it's probably just by mention, if anything. But great footage. I'm super stoked, psyched as all hell. With that being said, Hellboy was released, and that shit has been released to scathing reviews. Apparently, man, that shit got torn to pieces on the It got torn to pieces all over the fucking place. It didn't manage to knock Shazam off the #1 spot. That's for sure. At this point, right about now, it's just damn. I heard there was a lot of behind-the-scenes drama behind the Hellboy. A lot of stupid shit that just went down, and it was really something just ridiculous. It was just bottom line studio interference and bad editing and all sorts of things that plagued other movies beforehand. When studios want to cash out and make a big buck, and that's apparently looking like what seems to be the case here. Unfortunately, I didn't go see it myself, and quite frankly, the reviews kind of staved me off. Now, before any one of you decide to go off on the bend, like, oh well, why you're gonna let critics and you're gonna rely on critics to do this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. It's not about just relying on the critics. It's about making a wise choice with your money, because nowadays, to drop $13 to $15 on a movie that you hate at this day and age, I mean, let me tell you something. Going back in the days when you saw a stupid movie in the theaters, you kind of got pissed off because you lost money on that. You lost some money on it. But now that they're like, you know what I'm saying, double digits for tickets all the way through and through. Yeah, you're damn right. I got a lot of reasons to go ahead and scope out these critics' opinions and choices to see what's going on with these movies. Because I'm not just gonna drop down $15, $16 for a 3D IMAX picture for something that's a piece of crap. That would really piss me off. I would really lose my grip off of that because I lost money just and times are hard, man. When you gotta count your dollars, when you gotta count your pennies, you really gotta stave back on that. So I didn't go see Hellboy because of that. I wanted to check it out for a little bit, and I'm also kind of holding off on Pet Sematary as well too. But wow, man. It's just Hellboy. It's a damn shame that Hellboy went out the way it did. After the fans. Personally, I didn't read the book itself. Nor have I seen. I'm gonna be honest with you. Please forgive me for my blasphemy, but I have not seen any. I have not seen the Guillermo del Toro Hellboy movies. I do have to check them out. Um, but I'm afraid now that if I check them out, I'm gonna like them, and then I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna jump on the I'm gonna jump on. I'm not that. Yeah, I am gonna jump on the wagon and get pissed off with the rest of the fans and be like, man, what the hell, But it's really sad when you have a property like this that's really beloved, and nobody really just the work ethic behind it is just so piss poor that it just churns out whatever nonsense product. And everyone, because it hurts. It hurts a lot of people. It hurts actors. It hurts the crew, the cast, everybody. But when you have this, but this is the prime example, if anything, of when you have way too many cooks in the kitchen. When you have way too many cooks in the kitchen, and you got everybody that wants something to say or something to do or something to change or whatever the case may be. Everybody's got an opinion and they want to add it on. They want to season the script with that. Then that's when you have a problem, and that's exactly what seems to have been the case, because apparently there was a lot of behind the scenes issues, where even David Harbour walked off set himself, which is starting to make me which was a little crazy for me. Like, I was like, wow, there's a lot of egos on there, a lot of egos on that project. But it really is sad that happened to be the turnout for Hellboy. I know a lot of people were waiting on that. In all honesty, and it's never really a good sign when a CBM takes a blow like that, because it is a hit to the genre. You know what I'm saying? It really is a hit to the genre, and it could prevent from certain studio executives from being apprehensive on future projects that are actually good, that deserve the green light. So, hopefully they can dig themselves out of this hole. But wow. Scathing reviews indeed. Scathing reviews indeed. And then on top of it off, like, I hear a few of the complaints, apparently, like, the CGI wasn't complete on a lot of other scenes, and it was just gory to be gory for no reason whatsoever, like Mortal Kombat gory, which is, to me, it's I'm starting to. I don't want to sound like an old fart, but when I say I'm really starting to embrace that expression of just because you could doesn't mean you should. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm really like, So if it's not necessary, I mean, even though it's possible, is it really gonna fit into the script like that? So when you have moments like that of exposure and oversaturation, it just starts becoming, the end result. I imagine the finished product this must have been just like some sort of a gimmick movie all the way through and through, but it really sucks. It really does suck, and I do apologize. I really do feel sorry for all those fans. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they get to lick their wounds off of this one, and get back up and get out there and redo this the right way. And it also looks like it looks like Disney's been. I think Disney's Plus is gonna be up and running in November, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like it's going to be streaming all of the entire Simpsons series. The entire Simpsons, all 30 plus seasons will be streaming on that. So that reason in itself alone, I think I'm going to have to just get it. But no, that I saw that I actually saw the sizzle reel for the Mandalorian. Wow, that looks like it's going to be a heavy hitter, as well as as well as the logos for Falcon and Bucky. That looks great too. I was actually pretty hyped with a lot of with a lot of the presentations that Disney's been doing recently. They've been really killing it. But yeah, man, and Birds of Prey finally wrapped filming. That's another one that I don't. That's another movie really I don't know about too much right about now. I'm hoping that teaser trailer that they drop will change my mind, but at this point, right, it does not look appealing to me at all, at all, at all. But for that being, but like I said, I'm open. I have my mind open enough for me to have it changed. with that being said, y'all, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your post notifications when I drop my next hit. Anything you have, anything you want to say, any questions you have, if you want to dispute whatever my points or my opinions, let me know. But with that being said, I'd like to thank y'all once again. Stay safe, peace and love, and be good to each other out there. Take it easy.